Okay, this is Geology Magazine. They seem to think Yale has the answers here. Now, this is a iron. It's a iron banded rock, iron formation. They can't have any clue how this is happening, so they're coming up with all kinds of things. Well, iron is ferrous materials, Fe materials, FeO2, O3, that type of thing, which is blood. Now, they're coming up with a new study on how this originated, and they're going to figure it all out, and it's because of this and that. Well, it has nothing to do with sedimentary rock. It's not 2.5 billion years old. They are so lost, and the reason they're lost is because they're talking to Yale. Professor Derek Briggs has no clue whatsoever. This is my opinion, and it's based on the fact that he will not look at the mud fossils. I have DNA evidence, 3 tests. I have specimens. I have CAT scans. I have an anatomist verification, and now they're coming up with this kind of nonsense. And this is, I see this from Yale University. This guy Robbins, postdoctoral, he just wasted his money as far as I'm concerned. He's coming up with fantasies based on what Derek Briggs told him to say. I'm telling you, that's my opinion. I have an opinion, and that's based on the fact that he is not at all scientific whatsoever. Absolutely refuses to examine the specimens that I have that are unimpeachable in a court of law. And I just hope it doesn't go that way, because that's a fiduciary failure. I could see these people wanting their money back. I would. But I'll let it go. It's not my point. You know, somebody's going to have to do that on, their own. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have the evidence that is unimpeachable. DNA tests, CAT scans, the whole 9 yards. It's time to look, Professor Briggs. You're teaching these people the wrong thing. They're literally making foolish statements. Any autopsy anatomist, any doctor will understand these are lungs. That's what's called a pleura on a lung. It's a fabric that coats the lung. This is the pattern of the pleura of the lobes of the lung. That is the little flap at the end. I believe they call it the tongue. This is literally blood that gushed out from that lung. And this is the separation between the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood. This is not something that is unproven, and that was DNA certified. So this is a hand that I have. It's 3 feet wide. This silvery look is the silicon that I was talking about that's on the skin. The skin has more silicon than anywhere else. This is the pad that's on your hand. This is a left hand. The thumb runs off this way. I have some of these fingers. I have the thumb. I had its CAT scan. I had it DNA tested. It's human. This right here, on your own hand, you have the same thing running down in the middle of your hand. There's a little tendon that runs down. And over here, this looks like, it almost looks like putty. This is the fleshy pad of your palm. This is just the palm, up to where the fingers stick out. The fingers don't even come up till about here. And this was 5 or 6 years ago, maybe more than that now, that I found that hand. And, well, here's a fingertip from it. It's right there. That's a fingertip from it. See, that's where the tendons lock in. Right, that's the pads underneath. This is a left thumb. We had to check that, and that's where the apical tuft sits at the very end. And I have an apical tuft here too. This is right here. There's another one there. Now show this to an anatomist. Show this to somebody who has some common sense. Don't go to Derek Briggs, because he's absolutely, there's nothing there, just all inorganic stuff. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Derek Briggs, you got a problem there, my friend, because I would not be happy if you were teaching me and then sending me off postdoctoral that I had this. I don't know if you're teaching this kid or not, but he just, as far as I'm concerned, wasted his money. And by the way, Professor, that is a lung. It's not shark quartz, it's a lung. Okay, this is Mudfossil University, and you get in here by going to mudfossils.com, and I have the DNA tests here, and they validate exactly what I've been saying. There's 3 items that were tested: 36-inch tip, a lung, and a mud tip. One of them was from a 36-inch wide hand. Another one was from a larger specimen, and one of them was from a lung. I'm going to show these things to you. Anyway, it was done with the bacterial DNA and submitted mud fossil samples using gene clean ancient DNA extraction kits, blah, 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 blah. Now, all these things, they tested them for and they did it with, it took a long time to do, and it was not cheap. And they got the positive results, 3 positive results for this one particular A1R primer, whatever it is. Now the other one, the mud tip, did not get a positive result. That one was extremely eroded. Let me show you that one. This was also from the giant hand that I'm going to show you in a minute. Here it is right here. That, and any anatomist will know that that black stain there is a distal phalanges pattern. That's the vein right there. That's the artery. The arteries blow out. The vein side does not. That is a distal phalanges fingertip. I had that CAT scan too. And if you look at it carefully, you can see the bone pattern that runs around. You'd have to get it in the right shadow. You see it there? It was right there. See, it comes up and it runs around with the bone pattern. The distal, the apical tuft would be on the end. Right up here, that's an apical tuft. All these things eroded in different ways. I have some of this hand, and I'm going to be showing you the hand in here, but some of this hand was in very, very good condition, and some of it was eroded. It was like probably on a plane like this. And some of it was out of the ground. It's right on the surface, basically. It's all laying right out there. The whole creature is here. I got bones sticking out of the ground over here. I can't get them out. They're too big. I had to have surgery on my rotator cuff. I said, forget about it. Some big stuff. This stuff is heavy. This is not light stuff for somebody weak like me. But it is what it is. So. I'm sorry, Yale. I'm going after Yale because of their refusal, absolute refusal. And I contacted Professor Briggs many times, and I sent emails to literally everybody I could think of at Yale. And that's the only time he ever really responded to me, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I never responded. I must have missed them." Well, we know what happened there, but anyway, it's not acceptable. Okay, I probably sound a little bit bitter because I am. This is Derek Briggs, and he's down at Yale, and he's right down the street from me, 15 minutes away. Everybody says, "Oh, take it to Professor Briggs down at Yale." And I say, "He won't look at it." They laugh at me. And they say, "Well, obviously, because you're a moron." So I put strongly on his shoulders this whole thing. He has refused to even address this whatsoever. His whole purpose in life is supposed to be this. If you look up his what he does, it's exactly that. Here's his research: exceptionally preserved fossils. He's clueless about this, absolutely clueless. New fossil discoveries, 15 million years ago, blah, blah, blah. Every word of this is wrong. Every word is wrong. As far as I'm concerned, that's my statement. Now, he could say that I'm wrong. I say he's wrong. I grade him, I fail him. And I fail Yale for not getting this under control. So that's my last word on it.